afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day. All the three major indices are up, and we're going to go over all our stocks, and we're going to give you two more at the end of the show so we can make more money going forward. All right, let's get right into it. The first stock that we do own, or actually I do not own anymore, is SRNE. After giving our initial buy call on this at the $9-10 range. This has run up to $14.55. I did see a little weakness on the stock, so I did want to take a little bit of profits. I don't think this stock is done running. I just think it needs a little bit of a pullback. Come back, consolidate, and then move again higher. So what are the key levels for this, right? So let's just take a quick look at the two major charts that I like to use in order to make my decisions on my entry and exit points. So the first one's going to be right in here, right at this low $12 range, where the breakout initially happened at the value area high, right? So this is where I could see it naturally wanting to go down to, retesting this, consolidating, and then move higher. Okay, so what about on the daily? What do you think on the daily? Well, again, on the daily is a little bit trickier because we have this 5 and 13 EMA that I like to use a lot, and they're pretty good predictable indicators as far as where there's going to be support. So, I mean, of course, this 5 right here and the 13 both move up as price moves out, right? So it's hard to judge where these are going to be. So on your own watch list, have your 5 and 13 EMAs because they will move as time progresses. So that's where you're naturally see some pullback before any moves higher. Okay, so that's SRNE, another great monster day. I think this stock is poised to go a lot higher, but I do think there's going to be a little bit of pullback in the upcoming days. Hopefully I'm wrong and it continues to go. I'm out of it right now, but I hope the longs can continue squeezing those shorts. All right, so next stock which I called on yesterday was TLRY, TLRY. So we got into TLRY after that first initial 30-minute jump yesterday, which was, I think, around that 780 mark, was it? Yep, 780 right there. We got long and had a monster run to 876, and then it just pulled back. Now, if you look at this stock, look where it pulled back to, right here at that value area high, right? This is where stocks first would like to consolidate before it move higher. So I'm watching this level really closely to see if it's going to hold. I think it does. I really can't see this going back down to that 739, the point of control, because if you bring this out on the daily, first of all, let's show you on the weekly, right? This is busting through the weekly right here, which is a great bullish sign. So that's really, really nice. And then lastly, on the daily right here, we're going to zoom in right here. We had that monster day yesterday, right? The 5 did cross the 13, so I think this is just the beginning of a much larger run, possibly $11, $12 in a really short period of time. So if you're long this stock, please stay long. If you want, use yesterday's low as your out. Use that 735. And now if that's too much for you, then you shouldn't be trading. If you think this if your stop is that 70 cents and you think that's too much of a loss, I don't think this is the right game you should be playing because you have to give this a little bit of room to run. Okay? All right, so do that. Put that stop in right there. I really doubt it's going to go that low, but just to set your mind at ease, and that should be your mental stop. I believe TLRY should be challenging this 1150 area in a short period of time. All right, so the next stock that we have, or that we spoke about yesterday, is KNDI. Now, if you remember correctly, I did say on KNDI that it was probably going to consolidate. And take a look, it went unchanged today, right? It went up 0. All right, so where did it close? Right by this point of control. Now, I could see this consolidating a little more. I could see day traders getting a little frustrated and maybe drifting a little lower, but not much lower, So, hold on to this if you're into KNDI. I really think this is the beginning of a bigger move higher. We just all have to be a little patient going forward, and we will get rewarded. Now, what's the natural pullback on this? probably again to this 5 EMA is the first natural pullback. Worst case scenario, it's this 13 EMA, which remember will continue to go up as price moves out. So just keep those in mind when you're trading your stocks. All right. So that was KNDI, TLRY, and SRNE. Okay, so we're going to go over real quickly the stocks that we own. We're going to just take a quick look at how they're faring, and then we're going to move on to the two stocks that I want to give you going into tomorrow. All right, so the first stock, or the one position that we do own, is ADS. All right, we got in at ADS at 43.10. It closed at 45.33, so it was up 44 cents today. And I think this stock is poised to go a lot higher. It's right up here by this value area high breakout, right? And the 5 over the 13 is working, and also the 9 is the price is crossing that 9 SMA. So take a look at the stock. If you're not in it, look at that first 30-minute candle. I would be a buyer if the stock starts breaking above $46. I think there's a lot of room for this one to run at least a 10% move in a short period of time. All right, so that's ADS. Next stock is PGTI. PGTI, if you remember correctly, we got in at 17. And we're going to do this a little bit of a closer look at this one. Again, this is setting up so much like ADS, right? It had that little high over there at 6 days ago. It kind of went down, and then it closed right near this value area high. And take a look. PGTI had that really nice day on big volume today, and it took this higher. Now let's bring this up on a daily real quick. All right, so this is the daily. The 52-week high on this is 1848. We're at 1818. I don't see how that 1848 is going to be into play. I think we take this out next week, and this will continue to run just on purely technical analysis. The 5 is over the 13. And just everything is setting up nicely on this stock. It had nice earnings of 26 cents last quarter, so there should be a nice little tailwind taking us into that $19-20 range. All right, so that was PGTI. We're going to do NET real quick. NET, we got in at 39.50. Made a 52-week high yesterday. I mean, it's a little sad, I guess you would call it, that we didn't go a lot higher today on such a strong market, but it's had such a strong move, right? From March until now. I mean, take a look at this chart. I mean, it's done nothing but gone up, right? So, yeah, a little consolidation is in order, and then we're just going to make a higher high. Now, I do have a nice little profit of about $3 on this stock. I don't want to give that all away. I may just look at the first 30-minute candle tomorrow and make a decision whether to just sell half of it or keep it. So I'm going to watch that 30-minute. If it takes out that first 30-minute candle, I will sell half of NET Cloudflare. All right, the next stock we do own is ABR. ABR was pretty much flat today. That's all right. That's okay. I mean, this is another one that's setting up really nicely. The 5 is over the 13 EMA. The point of control right here is at 1067. I love this chart setup. I mean, this is just one little push, and this is going up 10% pretty quickly. When you see this point of control so close to this value area high, and you get any sort of volume right here, this stock is going a lot higher. Please, everyone, if you don't own this stock, watch this first 30-minute candle. If it takes that out, it would be a great risk-reward ratio on that. Okay, that's ABR. NGVC, we own NGVC. We got in NGVC right down here at this 1455 area, and ever since we bought it, it's made a really nice run. I think this, it's going to first retest this value area high here at 1686, and then possibly take this 1739 52-week eye out pretty shortly. Again, I'm going to watch this. I have $1 profit in a really short period of time. I'm going to watch that first 30-minute candle tomorrow and then make my decision going forward. Hopefully it just gaps and goes and I don't even have to worry about it. That would be the best case scenario. All right, so that was NGVC. So like I promised, I'm going to give you two quick stocks that came up on my radar. One was courtesy of a friend of mine, Chris from San Francisco. He told me what did I think of BlackBerry. Now that's a name from the past, right? So, but I love it. Take a look. Here we go. Here's this value area high of 483. It's trading above that. Now with any volume, first 30-minute candle tomorrow, if it takes that out, great risk reward situation because your 20-day high is 506. It takes that 506 out. We're probably going to retest, the $6 or high fives pretty quickly. I have a price target of $6 on this stock in a short period of time. So that's a pretty good ROI on maybe a 1 week trade. All right, so that's BlackBerry for you guys. And then lastly, I do like this NXTC. I had mentioned this a while back, and the reason why I like this is because of after having this huge, massive sell-off into this $8 range back in early July, this stock has done nothing but just consolidate for 6 weeks straight, right? So this has traded the whole float in the last 6 weeks within a range of 850 and 975. Now, if it can break above this value area high, there's not too many shares up in this area, right? I mean, do I think it's going to double from the low of $8 and go to 16? Probably not. What can it go to, $10, $11 in a short period of time? Absolutely. These are the setups that I love to see, right? Above this value area high. So if you see this, again, first 30-minute candle, maybe buy it on a little shakeout pull back right in the morning, and then use that first 30-minute candle as your entry and exit points. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Eric at valueareatrader.com. That's Eric at valueareatrader.com. If you have any questions with technical analysis, please just email me and I'll get right back to you. Again, if you like the show, subscribe to it, like it, send it out to your friends. I'd love to have more people part of our community. Again, remember, trade smart and be safe.